Good morning, friends. I am Patty Elhoff, the author of Upcycle with Decoupage, and today I would like to show you how we can transform this CD case, and I found quite a few of these in the Salvation Army store, into something that we can still use for organizational purposes. And I'm not even sure if I'm using the correct term, the CD shelf organizer, or for your DVDs. You might even have these on hand. I repurposed this and turned it into this so that I could store all of my napkins inside of it. You could also keep this on a countertop and add your recipes to it in your office for folders, whatever you'd like. The first thing I did was I took 91 or 92% alcohol and just washed the whole thing down. And then I took some chalk paint, and I love chalk paint because it dries quickly. You don't need to do any prep work. It's going to adhere to the metal and to the wood. And I'm using a chalk paint brush on this, which will get into all of these little areas. So I'll just finish this up. We don't need a lot for this project today. I'm using matte Mod Podge, a nail file, our napkin of choice, and I'm going to separate the napkin and just use the top section or the top layer. I'll be using triple thick, glitter, some plastic wrap, and I'll be using a bristle brush so that I can apply the triple thick. You might need scissors too. Now I'm going to cut out the napkin piece that I want, and I started to apply decoupage glue, which is what you want to do, but you also want to make sure that your holder is in the correct position for the napkin you're going to put on. So since I'm putting a butterfly on here, I want to make sure that I have it in the upright position for the way I'm going to store my napkin. So just be cautious of that. After you place the decoupage glue down, you put your napkin down, and then you take a piece of plastic or saran wrap and pull it tightly over the sides. And then you can use a piece of bunched up plastic to go around the edges. The decoupage and napkin will not stick to the plastic, and you can remove any wrinkles this way and make sure that this is flush to the surface. This part is very, very important. You want to make sure that this napkin is completely flat against the surface, because we're going to let this dry, and when we come back and add another coat of decoupage glue over the surface, if there are any areas that are not flat, if they're not glued completely down, they'll tear, and then you'll have to do that section over. So make sure you get this one section down completely flat onto your surface, and you can decoupage the other side of this while this side is drying. Now this side is dry, and what I'm going to do is apply decoupage glue over the whole surface and put it aside to dry. The other side is probably dry by now, so I will go to the left side of this unit and add another coat of decoupage glue. And we're going to put this aside to dry and then come back and add our varnish or our top coat. And just to remind you, all of these products are available on my website. The napkins sell out quickly, so I apologize if you can't find this exact napkin, but I always do have alternatives. All of these supplies on my website go through Amazon, so it really helps me out when you purchase it through my link below in the video description. If you just click on that link, it'll take you right over to my website. And once everything's dry, we're going to take our nail file and go around these edges, just in case you have any papers hanging over the edge, any of the napkin, you just file that right away. Now I'm going to take a different bristle brush, and I'm going to add my top coat I'm using triple thick. I always suggest that you use a top coat or a varnish. You can go with a matte finish if you'd like. I'm using this because I'm also going to be adding some glitter, and you never want to overwork the triple thick, meaning you apply it and brush it. Make sure that it's completely on, but don't overdo it. And it works as a great glue, so I'm adding some glitter sporadically around the surface. And I'll put this aside to dry, and I'll work on the other side while this is drying. And now here's how our piece looks. And outside, I wanted you to see the glitter. I put glitter on the insides. You're really not going to see this anyway, so I didn't decoupage it. But this is what the inside looks like. And here's how it looks on the outside with the triple thick and the glitter. And I did not use any type of a top coat on the wires in here. You could spray something on there, but I know the chalk paint will work fine. And here's where I just took a bunch of my napkins and I started to organize them in here. And this is my whole purpose for doing this. I've got thousands of these napkins that I really better put in some type of order. So this is how you upcycle a CD/DVD holder into an organizational tool for your house. And some of you may remember that I have a Facebook page called Upcycle with Decoupage. If you go over and like and follow the page, you'll be notified every week when I put a new video out. This was a dresser that I upcycled. I'll put the link below for all of the instructions. But I upcycled this dresser that I got on Craigslist specifically to store my craft supplies in. And the drawers are the perfect size to put these napkins in. And I already have, here's inside one drawer, here's another file that I'm going to be using just for my napkins. And guys, that is how we complete this project. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for all of your compliments. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Thanks again. Bye-bye.